Dot Finance is a DeFi yield aggregator for the Polkadot ecosystem. It has quick confirmation times, allows you to avoid those high Ethereum gas fees, has very high APYs that are increased by an optimal compounding strategy, and to top it all off, it even has a holographic astronaut flying through space on its main page. So this project could not get any cooler. Stick with me to the end of the video. I'll explain what Dot Finance does, how it works, and I'll show you how to get started using this new DeFi protocol. Hey everyone, and welcome. This is Robert with Altcoin Buzz, and in today's video I'm really excited to bring you Dot Finance. Now, those of you who have followed my work know that DeFi is something that is very important to me. I like doing NFTs, I like doing some of the games, I like doing the collectibles, but DeFi is really the thing that got me big into cryptocurrency. So whenever someone introduces me to a new blockchain, my first question is, what DeFi protocols do you have? Because DeFi for me is the make or break for a lot of these chains that I follow. So with this, I'm incredibly pleased that we've got a DeFi protocol here on Polkadot, because Polkadot, again, has been definitely an up-and-coming blockchain, a lot of features, a lot of functionality, specifically with its focus on interoperability. So to finally add in some DeFi features on top of that is something that I am really looking forward to. So in this video, I really want to break it into two parts. First, I want to explain what Dot Finance does, some of the advantages that it may have over other DeFi protocols, and then I want to go through and actually show you the steps for using this protocol, interacting with it, and beginning to earn some cryptocurrency. So with that being said, as you can see here, Dot Finance is a DeFi aggregator for the Polkadot ecosystem. It's designed to maximize your return with innovative yield optimization strategies. So I know different people may be watching this video and everyone might have a little bit of a different understanding of what DeFi is. So I want to just very briefly explain what a yield aggregator is and why it's so important. So when you deposit cryptocurrency into a liquidity pool, you can earn trading fees. So I deposit, let's say I go onto Uniswap, I deposit $50 worth of Tether, $50 worth of basic attention token. Anytime there is a trade, an exchange in that pool, I get a little bit of that income. But here's the key to yield farming and yield aggregators. When I deposit those funds into Uniswap, I get back something in my wallet that is known as an LP token. Now, with that LP token, I can stake that token, I can farm that token, and if I'm farming or staking that token, I will typically get some kind of additional rewards for farming or staking it. So let's suppose that I'm on Pancake Swap. If I'm staking my LP tokens, I'm going to be getting back cake. So not only if someone makes a trade between basic attention token and Tether, I'm obviously getting a proportion of that fee from the trade, but on top of that, I'm earning these cake rewards from providing liquidity, from locking in my tokens into that farming system. However, here's the issue that Dot Finance hopes to solve. When you're getting these rewards, and again, I'm using the Binance Smart Chain example, Pancake Swap, let's suppose I get my cake rewards. What I want to do is I want to compound these rewards at the optimal frequency. And as of right now, a lot of the farms on Pancake Swap don't necessarily have this. So when you use Dot Finance, you're basically using these Pancake Swap farms, these Pancake Swap Liquidity Provider tokens, but what Dot Finance is doing is it's automatically compounding your cake earnings at the right time, and it's giving you these rewards in an innovative system. So instead of actually getting those cake tokens, what this platform does is it takes those cake earnings that you would have been getting, and what it does is it converts them to the underlying LP tokens. It's auto compounding that for you at the correct intervals, and then on top of this, when you harvest your yields, when you finally collect those rewards, you get 70% of your earnings in those LP tokens, and the other 30%, they calculate the worth based on BNB, and then issue their native pink tokens based on the pink to BNB mint ratio. That's based on your profits and does not affect your principal. So whatever principal you put in, obviously you keep that. When you get your rewards, when you finally cash out, remember 70% of those rewards are coming in the underlying LP tokens, 30% are coming in the native pink tokens. What can you do with those underlying pink tokens? Well, you can stake those. 30% of the minted pink is the performance fee that goes to the pink stakers. So you stake pink, you're eligible for some of these fees as well. And this is just their information here. It says because we issue pink instead and pink is unlikely to go under the IDO price, you will get more yields with the pink distribution as compared to the value of receiving just BNB. So there's a lot of different ways here to earn. There's a lot of different strategies that they have going on that are all designed to help you. So with that being said, the key here is that this is kind of a combination between operating on Dot Finance and Pancake Swap. So you've really got to interact with two different protocols here. With that being said, I want to actually jump in and show you a little bit about how this works. So what you can see if you go to app.dot.finance, we have the main dashboard. Now, there's a couple features that are coming soon, such as the Polkadot Index and a DEX aggregator. Right now, we just have farming. What you will see here, in order to do this, we need to actually have LP tokens from Pancake Swap. So we can just look at this. We can see a variety of the different APYs. One of the highest currently looks to be the DOT to BNB LP. So if we want to use this protocol, we first need to have LP tokens. To get those LP tokens, we actually have to go and interact with Pancake Swap. So before you do any of this, liquidity provider tokens, anything like that, the one thing that I want to make sure you do is that you get an LP token pair that is actually supported, because as you can see here, they've only got, it looks like, about 6 of these. So if you wanted to go from USDT to BNB, that's perfectly fine, but you couldn't go from REEF to BUSD, for example. So you've got to make sure that your token pair is supported. The easiest way of doing this is simply clicking on the LP token that you want to work with, and then it will bring up your main page. All you have to do is click the link that they give you, and it will take you directly to the correct LP token pair on Pancake Swap. So with Pancake Swap, I've done videos on Pancake Swap before. I will link them in case you need a little bit more explanation, but it is pretty simple here. All you've got to do is enter the amount that you want to add, and it's automatically going to calculate this. Now, again, we kind of got to go backwards a couple multiple steps here. I simply can't deposit BNB without depositing the equal amount of DOT. So since I do not currently have DOT in my wallet, I will need to trade for a little bit of DOT. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to this main page here, and I'm going to swap about 0.05, so half of my BNB to DOT. Once that transaction is confirmed, and this is what I absolutely love about working with Binance Smart Chain, transformation times are absolutely super quick, fees are really low. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and make sure that we add that DOT token into MetaMask. It makes it incredibly easy for us to do that. We will go back to the liquidity pool, and again, we are providing to that .bnb liquidity pool. So we're going to go to add liquidity, and we're going to deposit the max amount of DOT, and what it's going to do is it's automatically going to pull in an equivalent amount of BNB for us. We'll go ahead and approve that transaction. And again, this is something that you do need to keep in mind anytime you're doing with Binance Smart Chain or even Ethereum. You're going to have to do one approved transaction, and then you're going to have to go through with a separate transaction to actually send those funds into the protocol. Go ahead and click supply. Alright, so while that is working, one thing that I do want to show you is we want to add this Cake LP token to our MetaMask. Now, just because your token doesn't necessarily show up in your wallet, it doesn't mean that it's not there, but for a lot of people, myself included, I really like being able to actually see those assets in my MetaMask, even if I know that they're already there. So with that being said, we have added that. It is now in our wallet. We are going to go back to Dot Finance, and let's go ahead and refresh this page. What you can see is that we do have that 0.161 Cake LP tokens. So we're going to go back into here. We're going to enter that 0.161 and approve that transaction. Go ahead and confirm, and then we will need to actually deposit. Again, that's what I'm telling you. If you have to do 2 transactions, don't think the site's scamming you. Don't think it's taking your money. That's just the way that BSC, Ethereum, any kind of those Ethereum clones, that's just the way that they're going to work. So that transaction is now confirmed. And what you can see here is that we do have that amount sitting in our portal here on Dot Finance. Now, one thing that I do want to point out, I did not put a huge amount of money into this. I just did a little bit so that you all can see how it actually works. What's going to happen now is that as time goes on, my earnings will show up here. And what you can see is that this is broken down by both the pink earnings as well as those DOT to BNB liquidity pair earnings. So remember that I'm really earning in 2 separate ways. I'm getting those LP tokens as well as getting their underlying pink token as well. So you can see here the farm is currently at 120.69%. So one thing that I do want to show you is that once we begin receiving those pink rewards, we have the ability of staking those as well to earn additional income. So there's a separate pink staking farm that will allow you to stake your tokens and receive a share of pink distribution profits. So remember when I was telling you about when we actually collect those rewards, there's that performance fee that goes to the pink stakeholders. Well, if you want to be one of the people that collects that performance fee, the way that you do that is through staking your pink. So there's an automatic process that happens with every withdrawal. A user takes profits, the smart contract executes, and 30% of those profits are converted to BNB and given to everyone with staked pink tokens. So when you stake these pink tokens in the pink farm, you receive a share of pink distribution for the entire community. So that's something that's really cool. There's a lot of different ways to earn with this protocol. Obviously, the base layer is simply depositing your funds into those LP protocols, getting those LP rewards as well as the pink. But if you do want to up your earnings a little bit more, as you earn pink yourself, you stake that pink and you can begin increasing your rewards as well. So I did want to wait till I got just a little bit of earnings just to show you how this process would work with the collecting and the staking. So if I want to collect my rewards, I simply go to collect. Now keep in mind that this isn't exactly going to be cost effective because I'm probably going to pay a little bit more in gas than I am actually going to get from collecting these. But I did want to show you just for the process, just to demonstrate that it does indeed work and that you will get those rewards. So I'm going to go ahead and confirm this transaction in my MetaMask. And then once that has been confirmed, what I want to do is I want to go and I actually want to stake these pink tokens. I want to add my suggested token there into MetaMask and add the token. And then what it will show me is that I do have that 0.029 pink balance. Now what I want to do, I actually want to go back and I want to stake that. So to stake my pink token, again, you can see here it's currently at about a 26% APY. I'm simply going to click stake. Selecting this will deposit my max amount and then I will approve that. Again, like I said, this isn't something that it's really not cost effective because I'm depositing such a small amount. In reality, and again, this is not financial advice, you would want to wait till you had a significant amount of pink because you don't want to spend more on the gas fee. Even though it is considerably lower than Ethereum gas fees, it still can cost a couple cents. So if you're really only putting in less than a fraction of a cent like I am, it's not worth it. But I did still want to go through the process and show you just so that you can have that confidence that the smart contracts work, that the system works, and everything like that. So one more thing I obviously want to do is take a look at the governance token, some of the ways that the token functions within the ecosystem. Now, obviously, this is going to be more than just a regular governance token. So a lot of DeFi protocols, we see them out there. We know how governance tokens work, use them to vote on changes to the protocol, updates, various things like that. With Pink, it has some additional functionality in that it is incentivizing liquidity provision. So remember, we're earning those Pink tokens when we're providing liquidity. So that is a use case of it as well. And then on top of that, we also have the ability to stake that token, as I talked about, the ability to earn some additional rewards. Now, one thing that I do want to point out, there's a 0.5% withdrawal fee if the withdrawal happens within 72 hours of deposit. So what I showed you, I just deposited my funds on here. Normally what I like to do in a video, I like to go through, I like to deposit, and then I like to pull them back out just to show you that everything does indeed work. However, one thing that you do need to be aware of, if you make an immediate withdrawal, you are going to be paying that 0.5% fee on top of that. So one thing that I do like to talk about with the tokenomics is obviously price action of the coin. Now, one thing I want to be absolutely clear about is that price, in my opinion, is just one of many components of what makes a good cryptocurrency investment. So we know there's been a lot of things going on lately with cryptocurrency. You can see here the token over the past 24 hours has taken a bit of a hit, down at 46%. Now, like I said, there's a lot going on in the cryptocurrency market. I always encourage people to look at the underlying value, the utility of the token, and consider price as one of many factors. That being said, I also want to be clear that I am not giving you financial advice. Altcoin Buzz is not giving you financial advice either. This is simply information to help you make your own informed decisions. And then, as you can see here, the most active trading markets for this token are obviously going to be Pancake Swap with the wrapped BNB pair and then the BUSD pair as well. Also closely related to tokenomics and kind of investing disclaimers, I do want to point out that this project has indeed been audited. That's something that's always really important to me because I personally am not a programmer. I don't know how to read smart contracts. So whenever I'm considering a protocol, I always like to look for an audit. And it is important to see that, of course, this product here has been audited. And then closely related to audit, you also want to take a look at the strengths of the team, because when you're investing in a lot of these new projects, they can have a great roadmap, but when a project is new, you simply don't have a lot of track history to go on. So sometimes it can be useful to look at the team, some of the things that they've accomplished in the past, and some of the expertise that they bring to the project. So the majority of the Dot Finance team, and this is something that I found very interesting, the majority of the team are OG DeFi royalty, according to this article here. If you familiarize yourself with the Bancor protocol, which the majority of the team was responsible for, Bancor is now running with fully decentralized governance, essentially meaning that this team has already done what many projects and teams are attempting to do. So a lot of the cryptocurrency projects out there, when they start off, they're usually controlled by the founding team, right? And the goal is to move towards full decentralization at some point. Some protocols, as we've seen, have done that quicker than others. Others haven't exactly been so fast. So one of the strengths here of this team is that they're behind Bancor, which has successfully completed that transition to the decentralized governance structure that so many of these other projects want to move towards. So just a few more features on the horizon. They are going to be adding a Polkadot Index and a DEX aggregator. As you can see here, it says coming soon. And then if we go to the main page, we also see that there is going to be a governance functionality that will be released soon. So just to wrap everything up, I think this is an interesting project because, like I said, I am really big into DeFi and a lot of chains out there that I think are really great. One of the things that really draws me into those chains is what kind of DeFi products, what kind of DeFi protocols are there available for me to use. So it's interesting to be able to use this on Polkadot. Even though it operates on Polkadot, one thing that I do have to say, you don't actually need a Polkadot JS wallet. You do not actually need DOT tokens to use this. You can do everything through your MetaMask being configured for the Binance Smart Chain. So, as always, it was a pleasure to bring you this video. I hope you found something useful in the video, and I'll see you next time.